What's up, y'all? Welcome to Lawsplaining the Interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. I don't believe in being licensed, apparently, to practice law because I am currently suspended, but not for anything fun. That's the problem. You know, it's the worst when you get suspended for something like procedural. Right. It's like, well, you just didn't do this. It's like, oh, that's it. It's not like you know, did something offensive or said something. Nope. Just didn't do it. Just didn't do the continuing legal education, which I'll be catching up on soon. That said, I don't really need my license, right? I don't practice. I don't spend time representing people anymore. CB Walker says, Nick, wait, if I build a better super tips, would you switch over? I mean, I don't think I'd have to switch over, but yes, I'm a mercenary. Keanu's frigid tit says, are you disappointed Melty destroyed his chances of beating the Toes HRO with his little piggy show? If you think that destroyed his chances of beating the HRO, I have no idea what to tell you. The fact that Moody and Carl did an interview, what everybody should do is just be embarrassed that the interview was hyped as one thing and ended up being nothing. Like that's the problem. Oh my God. I can't wait till like my HRO case is done. Hugo Itano says, I'm glad you were back. I'm also disappointed that you did what you did. I think is what you meant to say. I think you should still try to reconcile with Drexel. I have a friend I've had for 30 years. Couldn't imagine losing him. Yeah, well, it's not really up to me. Can't reconcile with someone who won't talk to you. So if Drex ever wants to talk, I'm here. I've reached out several times. I think he thinks something happened that didn't happen, and I'd love to tell him the exact details and let him know that that's not true. Because if what I think he thinks is true, I can remedy that in about 2 seconds. But he's got to talk to me to do that, and that's up to him. I'm not chasing anyone down. Like if they don't want to talk to me, like that's fine.
What part is a bastardization? Also, do you keep me on here as a substitute for missing me? I've moved on. So should you.
Really, thank you for the advice. No, I keep it on there so people like you can send chats with her voice. What part is a bastardization? I don't know what you're exactly referring to, but there's a couple stories that people get wrong. Like they don't have the details correct. They don't have and they're significant details about them, but I don't know what you're talking about. You sent it anonymously, makes it kind of hard. Yeah, there are a bunch of people who can't move on about it for whatever reason. Like I didn't mean to, but I broke their brain, like and maybe their heart or whatever. And I didn't mean to do that, guys. I'm sorry, but I understand if people don't want to come back. Like it's okay.
Saw that Ethan Ralph clip by Doom. Dude completely sounds like a real Jack ASS. Did an count. 157. Guy can't talk for SHIT, but he felt pushed to share.
Dude gives Keanu competition. Can Ethan Ralph read a clock? Did he wash his hands?
Ralph has this problem in that he doesn't realize that he doesn't have to be what he is. I tried to tell him, like, you don't have to do this. You don't have to be like this. But there's a reason that his actual friends over the years are just gone. They're gone. And it really sucks. Like it really sucks to see, because when Ralph is good and on, he shocks everybody, and he does some really amazing things. He books amazing guests, and he has insightful commentary that you don't really expect. This fly. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't talk about Ralph. But he's got his demons, and you know, there are people you try and like you try and give them one more chance and one more chance and one more chance, and you just hope. You just can hope that that eventually they'll walk past it, and he's not ready to do it, which is, you know, it's too bad, because the people who have been there and supported him, you know, at sometimes, like, he just eventually he just stomps all over him, goes into a fit, and it's like, dude, no one was trying to hurt you or insult you, or no one was even talking to you. This most recent situation is the most insane thing ever, because all I did was I introduced a girl to Mersh because she liked Mersh. She liked Mersh. So I introduced her to Mersh. That's my involvement. That's it. That's all of it. It's fucking unreal. And then all of a sudden, like, it's like, you're allied with him trying to take my kids. Like, I'm not. That's all them. Like, I don't know what to do about it. What, you want me to stop them? Like, you can't do that. Look, I was just trying to find my friend's dick a garage to park in. I don't know. I would do that for everybody. Nakadashi Tomodachi says, good dad, treat yourself to a chiropractor visit. I do need to go to the chiropractor. That'd be great. You should have a socially acceptable addiction like gambling. I can't get into it. God. You know, it pissed off April, because she like tried to teach me how to play blackjack. I'm like, I know how to play blackjack. And so she's sitting there like telling me the rules of blackjack. I'm like, I know how to play blackjack. Be quiet. So I would do stuff to annoy her. Like, I would split tens every single time. Always split tens. I got so many blackjacks off of splitting tens. I don't know what her problem was.
Don't set goals. We know how those go. Just do your best, brother.
I've never had goals, or anything like that. I had kind of like sort of guidelines that I would use to say, okay, like, if I'm doing, like, if this is roughly happening, we all like it rough. If this is roughly happening, then I know things are like, okay, they're going to be okay. And if they ever didn't, I just kind of look at it and go, oh, okay. Like, this is that episode. We'll see how it goes. And things always just kind of, they always kind of worked. As long as I'm making content, things go well. Of course, I want people to find value in participating, in any way. And I want to bring that value to them as best I can, of course. But, I'm doing a show that I had said from the beginning, like, I'm just doing a show because I like it. The more participation, the more money that's available. Not when I'm on a bunch of drugs and super depressed and my life is falling apart, but in general, the idea is like, the more, if I'm able to do this full time, which I have been, pretty much from about 9 months in is when I started to go, okay, I can just do this full time. And I wasn't quite there yet, but I knew, like, the potential was there to build, and I was able to build up really quickly. So, but as long as I do the show, I can do it full time. So, like, as long as there's sufficient participation for me to make a living, then I do that. If not, obviously I'd have to step back and get a real job, or, be a lawyer again or whatever. And, like, that's fine. I'm not opposed to that. I prefer this, though. This is what I like to do the most. Nakadashi Tomodachi says, you honestly think the government took away your kids for nothing? I can think of 26 powdery reasons. No, that's not what I said, actually. And you can't think of 26 powdery reasons. It was actually 19 powdery reasons, and the rest of the weight was in plastic bags. That being said, I know exactly why the government took my kids. They took them because the statute for child endangerment says that if there's drugs in a house with children, they take the children. Like, that's what they do. The first thing, they remove them from the home to make sure that there's until they can ensure that the house is safe to return. And we had I don't know how else to say it. Like, we had the fastest return in Candiota County history. Anyone who actually practices in family law or juvenile defense knows like how insanely quick the return schedule was. Felt like an eternity for us. but it was wildly fast. They never when kids are removed, it takes a long time to get them back. Usually over 6 months, if not close to 12, or 18 months. It can be a really, really long process. Nakadashi says, sorry, your kid's around 19 grams of Coke, not 26. My bad. Actually, it was about 14 grams of Coke, and then the other 5 was split between ketamine and Molly. That being said, you know so much. My kids weren't around any of it, actually. They had no access to any of it. It was in a locked safe in a locked room they were not allowed into. But I've been through all this. It's tired. Like it's a tired thing that you're doing. It's been 18 months. Go run off into the woods or whatever you need to do. Like go jerk off about it somewhere else. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's all done. Like it's done. You every show you come on here and you say something, and I'm happy because you pay for it, so it's fine. But like you might want to find a different habit and hobby. Like, why didn't you raise cooler kids? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like, dude, that was a part of my life. Like, and it's, I can't go back and undo shit. So you sitting here bitching about it is now you thing at this point. Shuli Madoff says, run into the woods. Isn't that how April came across your segs pad? No. I met April at doing stand-up comedy at their show, the Steel Toe Show. I was invited and booked by Chrissy. People think I was the replacement for Chrissy, that because Chrissy's father was murdered right before the show, like the day before, and she had to go back to New York, I think New York, whatever. She had to go back to be, like to sort things out with her family. She couldn't do a stand-up act. But that being said, I was booked by Chrissy in July, or before July, I should say. She called me. She said, "Hey, I'm going to do the stand-up show in Minnesota, pretty close to you. We should do something together. Do you want to do stand-up comedy?" I said, "Hell yeah, hell yeah." I mean, I'm awful at it. I'm sure. Like, I've never done it. It's a particular art form, and I've never tried it. And I was like, this will be a great disaster. Tons of fun. And so, Chrissy had booked me there. And so I wasn't like a replacement. The thing that changed was I was supposed to get like a 10-minute set. I had no idea how long this is going to be. I was supposed to get a 10-minute set, and it got extended to like 20 minutes. And then I think I stayed up there for like 40 minutes because I didn't know how long I was up there. I was on a bunch of drugs, and I'm also used to just talking for hours. So standing up on stage and doing doing an hour-long set or an hour and a half or 2 hours, I could have just sat there and talked all day. I had only written so many jokes, but you just make something up on the fly, right? But it was a fun thing to do. I knew the idea was that it would bomb. I don't think it bombed as hard as I thought it would. It wasn't great, but I had a couple real bangers in there. Someday we may watch it. I have it recorded. I think I might have posted it on Locals a long time ago, but I don't remember. But yeah, it was a fun time. But that's when I met April, and things happened after that. Divining Rod, they're both happily married. I don't think that's anything like that is true. I love Haley and Jackie. I think they're great and stuff, but no, I wouldn't say that that's going on at all. I think there may be this is really gay to say, but I think just because of like how big my show used to be and stuff like that there may be like a little bit of intimidation or whatever when I go on, but I think that's more of what people see. But I think because of the stories and because of the April stuff and whatever, people may have, I think it heavily influences what they actually see. Miss Femnital, Haley is the host of Pretty AntiSocial podcast. She's a friend of mine, I guess. I don't know, we're friendly. But yeah, she runs a show that talks about Dabbleverse stuff. If you don't know what the Dabbleverse is, it's probably for the best. But you know, she was talking about my situation a lot, and I tried to go on shows and just provide some information to people. Citizen Bean says Haley is not friendly. Believe that. Like, well, it's more just like she covers, she covers stuff. So there's a little distance there because she covers my drama or whatever. I like the heck out of Haley. I think like maybe when my drama's over and stuff, she and I can be friends. I think she wants to maintain a little bit of distance in the meantime, like because she's trying to do her best to keep a little bit of distance. But no, I think she's great. My attitude towards Haley, like I like her. I'd hang out with her and call her friend all the time. I don't want to put that label on there while she's covering my case because I don't think she wants that. Like, I think she works to keep just a little bit barrier up. When it's over, like I said, we can probably be friends unless I do something like crazy or whatever. But yeah, I'm very like, I'm friendly with her. Like I said, I just don't want to put that label on there while she's maintaining, like a degree of as much impartiality as she can. Right. Like here's the deal. She left open invitations to both Aaron and I to come on and tell our side of the story. I'm not going to go on someone's show without I try to be friends with people. I like them. I like people. So, like that's all I meant by it. I like the heck out of her. I think she's awesome. I'm interested to see what she'll do when she kind of pivots away from this story and stuff like that. But, I just don't want to put stuff on her and be like, oh yeah, we're friends and have people be like, because it isn't like that. But I'd have her back, and if she needed something, absolutely. Ice Dancer, the biggest problem on the internet. Ice Dancer, welcome to Paralegal Status. The source of all my grief and ire. How are you doing, girl? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for ruining my life. Tell Mersh I said hi. I mean, I was texting your boyfriend earlier, so you're for Kurt. You good. He's got this sliced fresh mozzarella, and he's got some zucchini in a bag that's coming on his tiny cutting board with his ogreish hands. Do people still watch Vegas Thumb? Absolutely.
I've got some tomatoes.
Even though Vito's trying his hardest to get people to not watch by being just a pimply, whiny bitch, people do still watch the show. I don't know how long Dick can sustain having Vito on the show because he's a fucking disaster all the time. He's like a stereotypical woman as described by Andrew Tate, who's also fat. Are you guys going to go to Hackamania 3? Because I believe I will be there. I'm a fun guy. I'm a ton of fun. Tugsimp, I used to say that all the time when I first came back, and then when I came back again, I just didn't. I got to bring that thing back. That was one of the big reveals in the Ralph reveal everything stream. Was I accidentally hit on someone. Because I messaged them and I was like, I'm a ton of fun. I'm a fun guy. I'm a ton of fun. And they said, that's the rumor. And it was like, oh, damn it. Damn it. I was making a joke.